Historically, removing barriers to voting and improving participation have been the long-standing policy goals of the California legislature. And in recent years, while elected officials in other states have gone out of their way to make it more difficult for people to vote, the California legislature has been leading the way in adopting proposals that are designed to remove barriers and improve voter participation. Notwithstanding those efforts, we saw historically low voter participation in the gubernatorial elections in 2014. As a result, the legislature has intensified its efforts to examine the cause of low voter turnout and discuss how state and local government should respond to improve turnout. And we have been seeking not only to address low overall voter turnout participation rates, but the legislature has also been focused on reducing existing disparities in voter participation, as research by a number of organizations has demonstrated that the electorate does not reflect the diversity of the state. In particular, communities of color, immigrants, young individuals, and less wealthy communities tend to be significantly underrepresented in the electorate. Unfortunately, many of the bills adopted by the legislature in prior sessions to reduce barriers to voter participation could not be fully implemented until the state replaced its voter registration database. That database, known as VoteCal, was recently certified by the Secretary of State. In fact, last month it happened. And with that certification, many previously enacted election reforms will soon go into effect. But because those laws have not yet been fully implemented, we do not know the effects that they may have on voter participation levels as a whole, and where the effects of these laws will vary for different communities. Those laws, along with a number of other major election reforms that were adopted in the most recent legislative session, will significantly change the way Californians participate in elections and hopefully will improve overall voter participation rates while helping make the state's electorate better reflect the diversity of the state's population as a whole. The purpose of today's informative hearing is to examine the laws that the state has adopted to reduce barriers to voting and consider policy that can improve participation and engagement. In particular, this hearing will focus on steps that can be taken to improve participation by underrepresented voters. I look forward to hearing from our distinguished guests and hope to discuss ways in which the recent election reform can be implemented in a way that reduces disparity. I also hope to discuss creative ways that the state may build on the recent election reforms to promote voter participation and engagement.